Well, Castle and Key Distillery is introducing the Untold Story of Kentucky Whiskey, Chapter 3. It's in partnership with the Kentucky Black Bourbon Guild. It's the third release in the distillery's limited edition series. And joining me here in the Charlie Wilson KitchenAid kitchen is Jonathan Newton with Castle and Key and Gathan Borden with the Kentucky Black Bourbon Guild. Guys, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us this morning.
We're toasting to the holiday season with you all, right?
Yes.
I mean, go ahead and begin by how long has the Guild been working, and how did this partnership come about with Castle and Key?
Sure, so the Kentucky Black Bourbon Guild has been around since 2018, and I'm one of the co-founders of the organization. We're based out of Lexington, Kentucky, and one of our initial ideas around the organization was really to make sure that we honored the contribution of African Americans and their contribution to the bourbon industry, and then also we wanted to help forge a path forward to help make the industry more inclusive, to try to find the next generation of master distillers, the next generation of distillery workers who are both minorities, people of color, women, and so forth. And so we've been around since 2018, hosting different and various events and having various partnerships. And then we've now got a great partnership for us with John and Castle and Key.
Yeah.
And, it's been great telling this untold story. He'll tell you a little bit about how that came about as
right.
well.
I mean, this had to be, you probably had to say immediately yes, because this is a great way to not only showcase what you all do, but to tell an untold story.
Absolutely. The opportunity that this has been that's been presented here, it's really like nothing else. And I think what we're doing is not only unique to Kentucky, but really the spirits world, the bourbon world in general. Way back in 2020, I remember having some really passionate, intense conversations with Rob and Mike, the two other co-founders of Kentucky Black Bourbon Guild, about how do we actually make a meaningful change in the industry, and how do we inform consumers about the rich history and contribution of African Americans back to the bourbon industry. And then from that, the Untold Story project was born.
And so you've got, what, 3 now in the Untold Story. Release number 3 released officially tonight.
Absolutely.
Right.
So this has been so far we've upheld 3 years of our 5-year commitment.
That's so great.
Chapter 3 coming out tonight at the Origin Hotel in Lexington for the release event. But each one has been a totally unique, curated whiskey, all based around the idea of furthering the African American contribution to
I
bourbon.
love this because if we actually show a tight shot of this, there's a beautiful story kind of here on the label. I feel like this is a story within the story.
Yes.
You're telling a story here, there we go, but also in the way that you're making it, there is a story too, right? There's a different kind of tweaking of the mash bill, so to speak, just to kind of make this each one unique.
Absolutely. The chapters, the layers of this project just keep going on and on. So this chapter 3, from a personal standpoint, this one has really kind of like touched my heart in a way that none of the others have, where we were so lucky, where Kayla Bush, a graduate of Kentucky State University and actually a recipient
One of our scholarship recipients.
one of the scholarship
They have
recipients.
by the way, such a phenomenal program
They
there.
do.
Like
They
what
do.
they do with ag in combination of how to develop within the bourbon industry, it is, that's a whole other story in and of itself. It is groundbreaking. It truly, truly is, and that's your scholarship recipient.
And so now for us to actually have Kayla Bush coming in and writing chapter 3, and now the 2 additional consecutive chapters after this, it's incredible. And Kayla, who is multi-generational in the Frankfurt area where Castle and Key is located, she found lots of primary source information and was actually able to uncover this tale of Brock Beverly, a former slave, then turned mash hand farmer in the area. And so we were then really able to take this story that Kayla came up with and had a really cool tie-in to the distillation process, where we actually are using this heirloom Hickory King corn, which is something that actually would have probably been grown by Brock, by Colonel E.H. Taylor back in the late 1800s.
Unique to that era and to that time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as far as I know, the only distillery out there who has done a product using a Hickory King corn. So we have really took Kayla's findings and turned it into something very special with this product.
Wonderful. And so you're going to do what, a neat pour today of number 3? It's like our little own private preview here, right?
And as far as I know, I think you all are the first ones to try this outside of Black Bourbon Guild and Castle and Key. So.
Right. I can only imagine what the story is going to be for number 4. 4 and number 5? Are they already kind of working on that right now?
You're going to have to wait.
Okay,
You're going to have to wait, but of course.
I'll be
This is the bourbon industry. You have to plan way, way out on these
Well,
things.
you know, and so much of bourbon is about the story, right? And what a way to tell a story that's never been heard, to celebrate something that maybe, you know, those that are new to bourbon have not heard this story before.
Yeah,
It's so meaningful.
And I think one of the stories too about this partnership, which is interesting, is like us as in a bourbon affinity group, like to my knowledge, we are one of the only affinity groups who has a great partnership with the distillery where we can actually go in, help pick out the blend, and then also do a custom label for a bottle. Like that doesn't happen every day.
What has that been like for you?
So that's amazing. Like it really shows the commitment that Castle and Key has, not only to us as an organization, but to the entire industry as a whole, in order to move it forward to make it more inclusive. So we're excited about that.
All right, well, I'll let you do the
You
honors.
ready to drink a little whiskey
That's
here?
what we
do
do
it.
at Great Day
All right,
Live at 9 o'clock in the morning, y'all. Especially, it's not even a holiday thing.
Right.
It's what we do on a Tuesday, a Monday.
I did hear this was a National Cookie Day, though. Is that correct?
Yes, today is National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. Does this
Perfect.
pair well with chocolate
That's
chip
what I was going to say. I mean,
cookies?
let's leave like cookies and milk to Santa Claus. If you're a
Let's do.
Kentuckian, it's bourbon and
my
cookies.
goodness.
So.
Oh, wonderful. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a trick
So-
to trying this?
So my rule around drinking bourbon, there is no wrong way to drink it. That being said, we're going neat. It's pretty early in the morning.
Yeah.
Claudia, I'm going to assume this is your first drink of the day.
Well, that you know of.
So let's go ahead and
Crew is like, here we go.
I always like to give it a little nose, maybe hold
Okay.
it up to the light, look at the color, see what you're getting in terms of
Right.
legs, right? So
Right.
on the nose, to me, this whiskey
This
is
would be good with chocolate chips.
it's going to go excellent with chocolate.
It's going to good with everything.
You
Yeah.
are going to have some kind of like malty, chocolatey notes there. When I describe this whiskey, I really like to think of this whiskey embodies the Christmas season. You're going to be getting sugar cookies. You're going to be getting marzipan. You're going to be getting cinnamon spice notes. You're going to be getting like this nice kind of like oatmeal cookie on the back end. So lots of fun desserty things that really capture the season. Go ahead, let's give it a
All
little
right.
nose.
Okay.
And whenever you're ready,
All right.
dive
I'm
on
gonna
in.
try this cookie in a glass. Delicious, right? And smooth too.
And you are drinking 108 proof straight from the barrel, 2-barrel blend there, Claudia.
Good morning.
Good morning. Wake up.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
No need for coffee today.
No, definitely not. But there is a wonderful event happening tonight. If you get your tickets, you can attend this. It is happening in Lexington to celebrate this.
Yes, it's at the Origin Hotel, which is in Lexington, right in the Summit area. The great thing about this is the tickets, which are $50 for the event. The tickets for the event actually go to support our scholarship fund. So our scholarship fund actually goes to help bring in more minority students through Kentucky State University through the ag program. And then actually bottle sales also help the Castle and Key. They have a scholarship program as well that helps their scholarship program also.
You guys are kind of setting the trend that we hope that many other places follow, right?
Yes.
Partnerships, doing things together, telling stories that need to be heard.
Drinking for a good cause.
Drinking for a
That's
good
it.
cause. Cheers, you
That's it.
guys. Thank you
Cheers.
so much. Once again, thank you for coming in and sharing all this
And if you'd
information.
like to buy a bottle at the event
yes.
tonight at the Origin Hotel or then at Castle and Key,
You can do that.
You can do that.
All right, so to purchase your tickets for tonight's event, just head to Kentucky.